to show you your reality, but at the same time, it's like we've agreed to keep forgetting. So it's like almost every day you have to re-wake up and start from zero to remember everything you've learned the day before, just to know that none of it actually even matters because it's all fake. So much fun. So how do we help people understand that we're just giving them a bridge over the sea of confusion to find out who they actually are by utilizing technologies that are just giving them a way to break their previous belief system and know that they're the ones that are actually doing all the work for themselves because they are just choosing a new path and a new belief system.
That's it right there. Keep yelling at them.
Yeah. So
invite them in.
You just keep saying, hey, I've got some things over here. Would you like to come and
only the ones who are ready are going to be showing up. I mean, you can yell and yell, you know, until you turn blue, but if they're not ready,
well,
then they're not going to do it.
It's not actually even yelling. It's just offering, like,
offer.
Hey, I have this. Do you see it? Maybe you don't understand it. Are you listening to your heart, which is your intuition?
Mm-hmm.
Are you listening to what you really want to do? Or are you going against that and betraying yourself? Like, most people wake up every day and literally from the moment they wake up, betray, and wonder why they're not receiving the result that they want in the end. But they don't realize that it's because they just keep betraying themselves rather than waking up, sitting with themselves, asking themselves to show themselves what is the best choice and the best path and what's going to make them happy and where do they want to go, and then following that because of the matrix that we've created for ourselves of these false realities and paradigms, which is shifting and waking up right now through a lot of people, and that's why so many people are having these discussions. But the funny thing is a lot of us have been knowing this already the whole time, and we keep trying to help people remember this, and then
it's too high level,
and then they get frustrated. And so it's like, where do we stop trying to explain and just bring them back to, hey, come lay inside this technology and see what you can remember on your own? Because I can tell you all day in a kind way and offer, but until you make that step, your soul is going to continue on the path that it's on.
It's kind of like you are connecting the dots, like one ladder, what are the things that you step on at a time, one peg at a time, until you are high enough to see what is over, so you can see the big
it's like
big view above.
It's like standing with a fence, and then you're over here and the grass looks greener over there, and then you go on the other side of the fence, and you're like, you know, it's that getting over that fence, you know, to find that. And
I do agree, none of this stuff works. None of this stuff is
what's
going to bring you.
Nothing works
to that understanding
until you make it work for you, which is you changing your belief system that it works. You can tell yourself either, you know, this is going to work, 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 and then every day take those steps to lean into that and listen to your inner guidance, that heart center, that intuition, or again, it's really truly just breaking down to not listening to yourself, which is a betrayal, which is why we're in the place that we're in, because everybody keeps betraying themselves every day. If you remember a technology, for instance, and then you recreate that technology, and then you go and patent it because you think it's yours, you literally just went back into the betrayal cycle. Because it's all of everyone's. Everything's already been created and already exists. So that's, you know, where these betrayals come in. We're trying to make it so it's individual, but we're not individual. We're a collective consciousness. We are source creating, and we fractalized ourselves down to these little bits, and until each one of those little bits remembers and starts going back together, and that's what this whole ascension thing is doing with everybody, shooting these sun rays at us and shaking the world faster to try to get us to remember that. And so that's why we're just trying to give people offerings to help them do that themselves, but then they feel like they're being sold something because they're not in touch with their heart anymore because they've been living in betrayal. It's a catch-22.
They don't even know what it feels like.
It's a catch-22 every day.
To not betray themselves.
Yeah, they don't even realize that they're actually betraying themselves. And the even harder part comes when you're interacting with other fragments of this collective consciousness, and then you're like, oh, well, this fragment has these desires, and my fragment has these desires, and now I have to betray myself to do what this other fragment wants. And so it's a slippery slope of crazy, but guess what? We all go back to everything, and nothing is permanent here, so that's a good thing.
Where do we start, Audrey?
Right where we're at right now, in the present. That's all we can do.
High level channeling with Audrey in the car.